Hello, welcome to our first Wednesday in which I am going to be sharing about my womb health journey. And I feel that it is illuminating that yesterday my family lost a human family member yesterday. A very cherished member of our family moved on to the next place. And this person had been struggling, suffering from my perspective for some time. And this struggle seemed to me to come from deep-rooted experiences, issues from decades ago. And this person, this wonderful human being, never got a chance, perhaps, to heal. And as I reflect on their life and my own life and the lives of humanity, everyone, I am extremely grateful for the opportunity and the capacity to heal. Not every human being gets this opportunity before they leave this life, this experience. And I feel so grateful, lucky, blessed. And I think that it is really a powerful time. We just had a very large full moon with a partial eclipse. And I felt the power of that. And it is no coincidence that this is the first Wednesday I share about my own womb health journey. I want to say that the phrase womb health wasn't something I grew up hearing. Womb health, the health of the womb space. I heard this term as a young adult, and it piqued my interest because by the time I heard this term, I had already had one miscarriage. And I wondered, it was an experience that alerted my attention to my uterus, my pelvic bowl. At the time, I wouldn't have called it my womb space, but now I do. When I had my first miscarriage, it offered me many realizations. And probably the biggest one was the lack of communication in my community, in my surroundings, in my family, about women's reproductive health. I realized that because I experienced this pregnancy and miscarriage. And while that was happening, I felt alone. I felt like I didn't know anybody who had had a miscarriage. I felt like this wasn't something that happened all the time. Otherwise, I would have heard about it, right? But immediately after the physical experience of that miscarriage was complete, I began communicating what I had gone through with people I trusted. And I was honestly shocked to realize that so many people either had had a miscarriage themselves or knew somebody very close to them who had had a miscarriage. And that entire experience was really shocking and at the same time illuminating. And I remember I was in college getting my undergrad degree at the time, so a lot of research papers. I was in that research paper vibe, if we can call that a vibe. And I was inspired to write a paper about women's reproductive health and my perceived lack. I felt that there was a lack of communication in my community about women's reproductive health. That fell off. I moved on. And since then, I have experienced 2 more miscarriages. And thankfully, for those second and third experiences, I was already well into my own journey of improving my womb health and my womb space. And when I had those experiences, I felt very much more capable to handle them, especially emotionally, because I had looked out into my world and found resources. I really cannot emphasize this enough. Wherever we are, wherever we find ourselves, and when we find ourselves uncomfortable, unhappy, unhealthy, and we discover that we don't know how to fix it, we don't know how to help ourselves in that moment, it becomes important to look out. It's so powerful. It's such a tool we have, this reality that surrounds us. And we can look out into that reality. Let me correct that. We can feel. It's important. We can feel out into our reality and find a resource or resources that feel good. That feeling, that matching of vibration between me and an outside resource has become of the utmost importance to me and has helped me immensely along my own health journey, overall health, and womb health journey. And I looked out in my own 3D world, and I found resources. They're there. They are there. There are billions of people on this earth. Many of us are privileged to have access to the internet, which allows us sharing capabilities like we have never seen before in our time. And this creates a situation where we can have a plethora of options, and we can really feel into these resources, these people, these businesses, these educators, these guides. and see if there is a match. And that was really important to me. It was also important to me that I was the center of my own healing, especially within my womb space. That I was the center of my own healing. And as I continue along my healing journey, I realize I am my primary healer. I am my primary healer, and each human being has many opportunities to be their own primary healer. I am very thankful to myself and to existence that Wednesdays has now become a day that I can share about my womb health journey. It feels great that I don't have to try and shove my very large all my stories, into one video, because that didn't work for me. So I look forward to sharing more and deepening our connection as the days move on. Thank you for the space to share about my own journey. And I am sending all the love and strength and comfort and ease right through this screen. I hope you can feel it. Have a wonderful Wednesday. All the love.